How's everybody doing? Another day, another podcast. I would say I have a special guest with me, but most people that know me already know who this is, so I don't need to do no introductions. Nah, this Tinisha, y'all. I had a couple topics that were kind of related to women, and I didn't want to be the guy who tries to give opinions about women without a woman being around, just to make sure I ain't being biased or extra or one-sided. So I have a woman right here, and if I do get a little bit extra, I'm pretty sure she'll say something. One thing about Yvette, she don't know how to stop talking. But yeah, I mean, this is my daughter's mother, for you people that don't know her, and we don't really get along very well, but we co-parent pretty decently. We have an interesting past, but we cool. You know, at the end of the day, we do what we do on behalf of our children, and we both from Chicago. We both come from gang-affiliated backgrounds, but I'm not gonna get into all that. I ain't gonna tell y'all about all that nicknames and stuff. I ain't gonna do all that for y'all. All right, man. So let's get into these topics. First thing I want to talk about, and I be talking to my friends, and we be talking about things, and they just give me ideas of my podcast, and it just so happens that most of the topics were heavily related to women, and like I say, I just feel some kind of way if I always talk about women, because there are women who think that I don't like women. They think that I hate women, and it's like, where would you get that from? Do you think I hate women?
No.
Why are you laughing? But I don't. It's like, how can I hate women? Like,
right.
Hello, but okay, you know, whatever. You think I hate women? So the first thing I want to talk, we were talking, and the topic was finding out how can you tell about how a person really is. Well, for me, I think it's 3 ways to tell how a person really is. You move in with them, you marry them, or you have a kid with them, or all the above. Because before you do make any of those commitments to someone, first, you're not going to spend as much time with them as you would if you did those things. So, you know, in the beginning when you meet somebody, it's like a honeymoon phase. It's like, oh my God, you're so awesome. We went on a date. He smelled nice. Her hair was done. You know, she said good morning, good night. That's the honeymoon phase. That's the sale, right? Remember I telling y'all to sell? That's what we do. Well, I don't do it, but that's what people typically do on first dates to try to entice or appease the other person. It's like, hey, I'm this awesome person. I always dress nice. My hair always done. Blah, blah, blah. But that's not how you really get to find out about somebody. You move in with them, and you live with them the day to day and see how they live and they hygiene and all that stuff. You're gonna find out, like, wait a minute, maybe you might not be this clean cut person I saw, you know, on that date. Maybe sometimes you snore, or maybe sometimes you randomly pass gas, or, you know, stuff like that. Now, you just gonna sit there and smile. You can say something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So would you agree, or?
No, I mean, why start off living with somebody? Why you can't stay in your separate house and I stay in my separate house and we go that route?
I'm talking about how do you find out about a person? What do you have to do to find out how a person really is? What do you think?
Communicate.
Yeah, communicate, but so when you say communicate, you mean just talking?
Yeah, talking at least once a day.
Okay, but you think that's enough to find out how a person really is?
Yeah, all you gotta do is talk to them every day. I think communication is the whole key to everything. Talking to them, the more you talk to them, the more they'll talk back at you. And when they talk back to you, they'll tell you how they truly feel about you.
Yeah, but they can, words are just words, right? Do you think the actions are gonna always match the words if all you're doing with somebody is talking?
It's not, but I think if you move in too fast, that'll mess everything up.
Right. Well, I'm not saying moving in too fast. I'm saying when you move in with them, no matter a year later, 2 years, you find more out about them. The truth, right? And same thing with having a kid. Like, if you have a kid with somebody, that right there is minimum of an 18-year bond that you have with this person. And you definitely find out some things about a person when you have a kid with them. Would you agree?
Oh, you do.
Yeah. you definitely find out some things, right? Now
Yeah.
imagine having 4 kids with them. 4 kids, you gonna find out a whole lot. But so and marrying them, right?
And married him, yep.
Now we have checked all 3 of those boxes.
Yeah.
we was married, we lived together, we had kids. Yeah. But and listen, y'all, she was good to me. It's no secret. I tell everybody she was good to me. I was a knucklehead. I was immature. I was selfish, reckless, all that. And aside from her throwing somebody under the bleachers at my football practice, yeah, we endured. But at the end of the day, we found out about each other, and we got older, right? We matured. We got older. Went our separate ways. Learned out about ourselves, and now we're cool. We don't always agree. We couldn't even agree on this. We was trying to figure out the seats, and I got to put on lip gloss and yada yada. I don't want nobody to see me with put some Vaseline on because I don't wear lip gloss. So it's like that, y'all. So yeah, that's what I think. If you really want to find out about a person, good or bad, you either move in with them, marry them, or have kids with them. And unfortunately, you may find out some things. Those things are kind of permanent. So when you do those things and you find out about somebody, well, now it's kind of too late. I already married him, or I already had a kid with him, or now we got a lease together. So now you kind of stuck. So like she said, communication is very important in the beginning. That's how you got effective communication, honest communication, right? And consistency. And over time, you and the person can build a level of trust and understanding, and then, ease into the moving in and everything else. I mean, but communication, you're right, it's definitely important. Now, let's talk about this T app and the controversy behind it. So, you know what the T app is, right?
Oh, I do.
Okay, so for y'all that don't know, the T app is basically an app that was created. It was actually created by somebody for their mother, believe it or not. That's how it was created. But women have used it, kind of like that thing on Facebook. Have you seen my man? Or are you dating my man? Whatever. And basically, a woman will post a man on there, and she'll say like, "Hey, this is my boyfriend. Does anybody know anything about him?" Or maybe she go on a date with him and she take a picture and she put it on there just to see what he's about. And they get red flags as people like, "Oh, I know him. Yeah, I did this or he did that," or And apparently, someone got killed over that. Yeah, a guy got killed over that, and that's real unfortunate. But people are blaming the T app. People are saying, "Oh, they need to shut down the T app, get rid of the T app." I don't agree with that. Okay. Here's why. First of all, the T app is a tool. It's a tool, and the way people use it, I really don't think that's what it was designed for. But even still, if you are put on the T app, which I'm not on the T app, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a mistress, I don't have a side piece, a lover, a secret, nothing. And this is for the world to see. If somebody is my side piece, secret, lover, anything, leave it in the comments. So I'm not worried about being put on the T app. I'm not. However, if I was put on the T app, once again, I can choose to engage with whatever is on that T app, or I can just leave it alone. It's a choice. So everybody that deals with this, whether you put somebody on there or you're on there, you have a choice to address it or not. I don't care if 100 people, man, Ziggy, did you see what Yvette put on the T app when she put you on there? I don't care. I don't care because it doesn't matter. It's one person's opinion or even a couple of people's opinions that have no real bearing in my life. At the end of the day, I still got to work. I still got to pay child support. And I still have to, take care of my responsibilities. So why would I care about a T-app controversy? And even more, why would I take it to the extreme of
social
killing
media.
somebody? Yeah.
Right. And I think they already knew. Half the time, a man and a female, we already be knowing. I don't know why they need a double confirmation.
Y'all be
if
knowing.
their other half is cheating on you. If you go to that extreme to find out that person really cheating on you, you might as well end it yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
Going to an app to say, "Let me see if he cheating." You know deep down in your stomach or your heart, you know they cheating.
Your stomach sure ain't gas.
Yeah. No, but like when you cheated, I knew But I don't know why we need confirmation like, oh, they cheating. If you gonna leave, leave. Stand there, it'll be nothing hurt more.
Yeah, and if you do know, the app ain't gonna, I don't think the app is gonna make it any better.
It's not gonna help because you're gonna come back anyway.
Yeah, if you ain't gonna leave, you gonna stay there. What the app gonna do? You just gonna make it even worse, I should say. Like I really don't. I don't think if you have to go that far, if you have to go to an app about your significant other, you might, that's a red flag right there. Just go ahead and kick the bucket. Go ahead and move on. Yeah, stay single or do something else, man. But that's I mean,
stay there and deal with it, and then just keep turning your head like you've been doing, because the app ain't gonna help you.
The app, yeah. Whatever you do, stay or leave. I don't think it should go to the extreme where you kill somebody. That's just crazy. So I'm glad we can agree on that, because that app also have some guys posting women on there, and there's some women, it's some women that's got some red flags, But either way, even still, like, man, it's just somebody's opinion. People gonna say what they gonna say. An app don't confirm or deny it, and I already know how people think about me. I have a very colorful history, but that's fine. So if someone says something or does, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. Y'all should know me by now. I don't care what no one say about me, what no one think, and I do not have a girlfriend, secret lover. Like I'm just me. I've been almost 20 years just by myself, and look at me. Nobody want this.
No.
Nobody want this.
No.
All right, man. The woman mail carrier controversy. This is an interesting one. So if you guys don't know, there was a woman. A guy recorded her. She worked for the post office, and she drive one of those mail trucks. And a guy, for whatever reason, decided to record her kid. He opened up the door, and he was recording her kids in the mail carrier. She had 3 kids, I think, 2 little kids and a like maybe a teenager.
Yeah.
So in the video, and I'm just going off the video, y'all. In the video, a guy walked up to a mail truck, and he opened it up. You saw the 2 little kids, and then the woman runs to. She say, "My kids in there, my effing kids in there," all belligerent and aggressive. And he says they shouldn't be in there. They shouldn't be in there. There's some back and forth exchange. Get the F away from him. And he like, do something, yada yada. So then her other child steps out on the other side. She's like a teenager, and the girl said, "I'm waiting on my N-word to pick him up. I'm waiting on my N-word to pick him up." Now, it's a lot of different takes on it. Some people are saying, one thing. Some people are saying another. I think our opinions differ. So I'm gonna tell y'all my opinion.
Oh, I should say my opinion.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
What you think about it?
So my take on it, I think as long as she want to keep her job, and things happen when you get up, you plan your day as, okay, you get the kids, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna do this. This might have been her last break. She couldn't be late for work, or they was gonna either write up or they was gonna fire her. She got to keep a job because she got to keep a roof over her head. So what do you do as a woman? Because we always make our plans like, well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put them in the car with me, take them to work so I could check in, because she must have drove her own car to work, went to the job, got her own car, put them in a van, and he was gonna pick them up. Now, do we always think like, if I put them in this car, they ain't got a car seat, is something gonna happen? No, as a mother, we're gonna drive carefully to make sure we don't hurt our child, but at the same time, make sure somebody picked them up. I think she did what any mother would do. If they want to keep their job, times are hard out here. Wasn't nobody go see him, but you just got one citizen just like, oh, what them kids doing in the car? They shouldn't be in here. By all means, you're right, they shouldn't be in the car. But when you got situations and you got to make a plan, I think that's something I would have to do.
So you think the dude recording was wrong? You don't think anybody was wrong, or
I think he was wrong? I mean, I'm not gonna say he was wrong or right. I'm just saying I know the community like to help people out. I know the community like to get involved. Like, well, what if she was in an accident and them kids would have died? Then how would y'all be saying that? You're right. What if she was in an accident? But as a mother that birthed her kids out of her, we know this thing that we take to make sure our kids don't get hurt. We're going to make sure we drive carefully. We're going to make sure we do everything right because we know our kids is back there. Now, is the other driver going to do everything right? No. But we know we're going to do everything right. And it's just this, cause we couldn't find a babysitter. We wanted to keep our job. So we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure we keep our job.
Yeah, I completely disagree. And here's why. First of all, like I said earlier, we can't keep shifting accountability, right? So you have to look at the whole scenario. This woman had her kids in a mail carrier truck, little post office truck, a one-seater, no seatbelts, no airbags, no car seats, none of that, right? So she's breaking the law already. Now, I guess for me, at what point do you compromise your child's safety for being able to pay bills, right? Your way of life. At what point? I personally would not have done that. That just would have been a day that I would have called in and I would have told my job, do not ever make me choose between my family and my job, because I'm always going to choose my family. That's what I would have done. Now, in her situation, those kids have an other half. Now, she said all belligerently, my N-word coming to pick him up, whatever. Okay, well, why he wasn't there already? Where are the kids' fathers? What happened so drastically to where the only solution you had was to take your 3 kids, put them in that mail truck, and go your routes in that mail truck? Now, the guy that recorded it, that was a bit extra, okay? He could have called 911, right? But I think he did that to go viral, like most people do. He didn't really care about the kids. He just wanted to go viral, which he did. Congratulations, fool. But if you really care about those kids' well-being, you could have even, went to the mother like, hey, is everything okay? Like, what's the situation? But he just went straight to the truck, which prompted the mother to do what she did. Now, I'm not absolving her from anything, but I got to call a spade a spade. He could have, if he really cared about those kids and not going viral, he could have went to the mother, ma'am, is everything okay? Do you need me to call somebody? Is everything cool? You know, and then depending on how she responded, she could have been like, oh, well, you know, I had they father coming or my guy coming, and I just need a couple more routes and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Now, if she came in and belligerent, F you, this, that, blah, 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 get that, I would have called the police.
Well, if you think about it, if you looked at the van when they opened the van, it wasn't that much stuff left. So she might have been at the end of her route, might about to be done, but we could sit here a million times and say, well, why this, why that, why this person wasn't in place, why that person in place. But we still got to say, okay, something got to be done. Should the job have to offer her daycare or solutions on, hey, if you ever run into this, this is our solution. But again, we got to ask ourselves, for her to do that, was that her last leg at work?
The post office, I don't think the post office offered daycare. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, but at some point, safety has to supersede your quality of life. And I don't know this woman's situation, but I do know what it's like to struggle.
Yes.
We've been homeless.
And the way the bills are, the way the light bill and the food is.
Right.
So you got to think about all that. You be asking yourself, is the light company if I miss a day at work, is the light company go wait? Is the water bill go wait? Is the rent go wait? So when you are a parent, all that run through your head, and that's where that mental health comes from, where is that person okay? Because now we thinking 1,000 things like, okay, if I don't go to work, my check will be short. What else is going to be cut off? So then we got to ask ourselves, if I go to work, then I can make sure all my bills is paid. I can make sure I have food for my kids and everything is okay. So now we asking ourselves, what do we do?
Yeah.
And the way the world is set up now, we have to second question ourselves, what should we do? So that's what puts everybody in that mindset of, well, I got to do whatever I got to do to make sure ends meet because ain't nobody else going to help me.
Well, okay, ain't nobody else going to help me. What about the father? Do we absolve him? Do we say, hey, whoever their father is, he get a pass?
No.
Could he not have been like, hey, you know, I got to work, and if you don't help me, then I don't have a choice. I got to put him in the car. Could that be a thing? We got to hold everybody accountable. Kids ain't made by themselves. Now,
but then we got to ask ourselves, we wasn't there that day. What happened that we didn't have a babysitter?
Right.
What happened that...
That's what he could have found out before he opened the door.
Because this ain't something she do every day. This not.
I hope not.
And for him to see them in there, he could at least say, ma'am, you know,
Yeah, he
It
could
really
have.
saved that the kids is in that.
He definitely
like
could have
that.
talked to her.
You know, you really need to get your stuff together.
Okay, so
And
if you were the camera guy before that, what would you have done? Like,
I just said, "Ooh, you better be careful, you know, because you know they ain't in the car, so you know don't nobody know how to drive around here. So you better be real careful. And did you need some help with babysitter? I know a lot of people. Did you need some help with a babysitter? Take this number down." I would have said that versus putting everybody on the spot. But the world has come to that where if I go viral on here, I get a check. And we see so many streamers. I mean, I'm not down to streamers. I mean, everybody got to make a living. And we see so many streamers that they living a life that somebody else said, I wish I could have had. Or I want to jump out famous. And that's just the world that we living in now. That people just envy other people and what they got. And they see how they not working a 9-to-5 job, but they can sit on the phone and stream and get thousands of dollars. They see that.
Yeah, buddy.
So that was his moment.
Buddy wanted to go viral. I don't think he cared about them kids at all. And that's unfortunate because how often do y'all see it? Everybody want a Jet 2 holiday moment. Instead of helping, they will try to record. And, oh, man, look at this. And then the next day, how many views I got? I think that's disgusting. Absolutely. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna always be concerned with the safety. I'm a big stickler on safety. Y'all, even though I text and drive, which is probably gonna be the death of me. But when it come to that kind of stuff, I would have just like you said, I would have asked like, hey, is everything okay? Or man, you know, you good? Like, you know, something to that effect. If she tells me, hey, I'm good, I got it, thanks, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna record. I'm not. Now, if she coming me crazy, because my thinking is, if you this crazy and reckless with me, you might be that way with them kids. Then I'll call the police like, hey, man, they got this woman cursing me out, and she got her kids in the back of this mail truck. Y'all might want to check on them.
But the only reason she got like that was
how you did it.
You see a man walking up to the door. You hear it every day on the news.
Yeah.
A man took a child. A man did this. A man did that. You hear about that. So as he walking up to this door, grabbing this door, and her kids, her first thought is, my kids is in there.
Right.
You know, so I don't think she would have got all crazy. The only thing that made her go crazy was the fact he was recording. It's like, Some people, they only react off how you react. He didn't have to open the door. You know, that's tampering with federal mail. He didn't have to open the door. He didn't have to do none of this. So all of this could have backfired. Like, what's the whole saying? Mind the business that pays you. That man could have just kept walking and mind the business that paid him. But no, he didn't. He didn't. And then he could have offered help. We came to a world where we don't even offer help. We don't try to help nobody. It's just self-hatred everywhere. And I don't know why we act like that. I wish it could go back to when our grandparents grew up and everybody helped each other.
You say we, you talking about black people?
No, the world.
Oh, you think it's the world, not just black people?
No, it's the world. Because you know what? Everybody got stones. They do. And everybody got a problem. They just ain't airing it. But everybody got a problem. Everybody got a situation where they got to ask themselves, should they do this or not? It's everybody. It's not just her. It was just that time, that place.
Yeah. We definitely have, we all probably have a parenting moment that was kind of suspect or controversial. But at the end of the day, if we make a choice that we can live with, then I guess it's okay for us, although others may not agree with it. And maybe in that moment, she felt that was the best thing for her to do. And Lord knows I can't judge her because I feel as a parent every day, our daughter ain't really talking to me right now. I'm trying to get back in her good graces. But...
Oh, really? But when she talks, it's just when she talks. But then, y'all, think about it. She do care about her kids because, look, she could have left them in the house, but had she got to let them in the house, what if the next door neighbor left the stove on and the house burned down? She wouldn't be able to live with herself that something happened to that building and it collapsed and her kids was in there.
Well,
so she made that choice like, you know what? I always have my eye on them. I'm not going to keep them in the house by themselves. I'm going to just take them with me until I take them to the next person.
But then you gotta think about, then that's risk assessment then, because just like they could burn up in the house when she not there, they could get in a car accident with her there.
Well, I'm going to drive safe. I'm going to drive safe.
But most accidents ain't the person driving safe. It's the fool that pull up behind them and T-bone him or something.
But the person could have only been 10 minutes away. That's why we don't know. And one thing social media do, everybody jumps to conclusion like, oh, well, they set that too long. Well, they did this, they did that.
And it's like a 20-second video, and
right.
like you can only get so much from that.
She could have been sitting there. She could have been kept turning around, talking to her kids in the back, and he could have noticed like, well, who's she talking to? Because a mail truck's supposed to be there by themselves. And then he put two and two together. To
be fair, you're right. She could have just had them in the truck, not even move it, and just wait for her guy to come to get them.
Yes, she did
that's
that.
true. Yeah, and you know we don't know because it's a 20-second video.
And then he opened the door. She not knowing if he gonna take her kids, shoot her kids, grab her kids. She there by herself.
Yeah,
small as she could be. That's why she got so defensive. Like, hey, what are you doing? My kids is in there. Because she like, hey.
And it was girls too, I think.
Yeah, 3 girls.
Yeah, it was girls. So, yep.
So that was the only reason why she cussed him out and got all.
That's why we have to stop looking at these 15-second TikTok videos or YouTube shorts or Instagram reels and just going to judging. Oh, that's a bad person. Oh, look at this, look at that. You don't know the whole story. Now we all have opinions. If you put something on the internet, then the world can give their opinion, but none of us can judge. I can't say that's a bad mother because of that instance. I can't say she should go to jail because I can't. I can give my opinion on that little 20 seconds. I can give my assessment of it. And like we said, there's so many variables to where, hey, you know, it's not. And then did she lose her job?
We don't know that yet. That's something they won't tell us. But
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like now this man who was quote unquote trying to help her, now, bruh, she lost her job. And that video is viral. It's everywhere. So everybody that see her, she's the deadbeat mother or the neglectful mother. Even child services can get involved. Like, hey, we saw this video, you know, and then she can lose her kids. Now she lost her kids and she lost her job, and all because you wanted to go viral. So we got to be careful, man. If he had good intentions in his heart, I think he wouldn't have recorded. Right. Usually when people record, and it's not to protect themselves, it's because they want to go viral or they got some kind of malicious intent along with going viral. But I don't care. Record me. I love being in front of the camera. I got videos from years I love so. But in that instance, I wouldn't have recorded her. So
I could see if she was standing on the corner. I could see if she was
standing on the corner.
No, like, so when you record, I can see if she's standing in front of the store saying, I need money or I need this. This lady was actually working, doing her job. Yeah. And then this happened to her.
He could have made it. He could potentially make her life a whole lot worse just from that 20-second video. And I don't think he cares. Because his defense, he'll say, well, I was worried about the kids. Man, shut up. No, you weren't. I don't think you was. I think you was trying to go viral, bro. Yeah. So here's one. Last topic, and we're going to wrap it up. Yeah. Do you know what a female condom is?
No.
You don't know what a female condom is? No. Guys, women, how often is it, and I hope my kids ain't watching this part, how often do we get in encounters with the woman, and, you know, the question comes up, hey, do you have a condom?
Well, the man's was always having it.
See? Why? Why?
Because you're the man.
No. Here's the thing. There are actually female condoms. And the fact that so many people don't know this is very troubling. There is something called a female condom. It comes in a package. It's bigger. It's the same shape as a male condom, but it's a lot bigger. And you insert it in a woman and it stays there. It's wedged in there, and it's a female condom. And my thing is this. It's not very common. It's not very popular. But it has the same purpose as a male condom. Now, you just said the man's supposed to have a condom, right?
Yeah. I mean, or we could go buy a condom.
Yes, and even still. So why would a woman have male condoms and a man have male condoms? Why don't a woman have woman condoms?
Because some of us be on birth control.
Okay.
So we don't need that.
But what's the purpose of the condom then? A female condom serves the same purpose as a male condom. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do females walk around with male condoms instead of female condoms?
But back in the day, we used to not have female condoms.
Man, female condoms been around since the 80s. Since the discovery of HIV, they made condoms for everybody.
Oh, I'm gonna have to Google that.
Well, I'm Google. I'm Google. This is what I do. So, funny story. There was a event I was in, and I had both. I had male, female, both. But she asked, hey, do you have a protection? Yeah, absolutely. I pull out a female condom. She looked at me like I was crazy. What is that? Because it's, like I said, it's bigger, right? It's in the same like shape with the circle, but it's bigger. Like, what is that?
So it ain't attractive enough. So it just would have threw your whole mood off on her.
I don't know. It's a condom.
So is it pretty and small? Like
No.
So
yes, it is. It comes in the exact same. You can Google it, but it's bigger. Now, hey, you have a condom? Yeah, I pulled out the female condom, and she looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, what? You said a condom is? What is that? What is that? You ain't about to. I don't know what that is. What you think? I'm like, it's a condom. Read it. Read the package. Female condom. She was completely lost.
Yeah, like I am.
Yeah, but. You see what I'm saying? If you're intimate, why? And this is crazy to me about how many people don't know about the female condom. It just makes sense to me. Stay with me now. It just makes sense to me that if a woman is going to do something with a man and she brings protection, she would have a female condom versus a woman having a male condom. And a man having a male condom. Or in my case, I had a male and a female condom. And I'm kind of curious, like, do she know? Because it's a condom, you know? And she was just lost. And years later, we cracked jokes about it. Because she thought it was a male condom. And she thought I was really like, because it's about this big. And she thought that was, like for me. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not working with that, okay? But the fact that women don't know or have typically used female condoms, do you think that's a problem or a concern?
No, not at all.
So the male condom just dominates, right?
Yeah.
So when a woman says, "Hey, do you have a condom?"
and you say no,
no, the man say, "Yeah," but he pull out a female condom. How would you feel?
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, it's a condom.
Oh, okay. Then if I read it, it's a condom, then we can do what we do.
You know how to put it in?
I mean, the directions don't be hard.
So you be okay with it?
Right.
Okay. All right. That's my thing. Because, yeah, I just thought that everyone knew more about this stuff. And it's a lot of people don't. And I just don't know what happened to our generation, what happened to the times. But, yeah, female condoms are real. I'm not making that up. They do exist. They sell them in stores.
They do?
They just not as popular as male condoms.
Well, maybe that's the problem we have then.
What?
Because they're not as popular. Because I don't see them when I go in the store and I don't see it saying female condom.
It doesn't. It don't say it like that. You have to look in the prophylactic section.
Okay, so I've been over there and I have not saw something that looked like that.
Well, it don't. The box looks the same, but it's for women. They got them. Walgreens. Like I said, yeah. I can show you one tomorrow.
No.
You gonna use it?
No.
So what? God. Anyway, so yeah, y'all. Female condoms, TAP, how to find out about a real person, woman, male carrier controversy.
You shouldn't look over there.
What? This where I got my notes.
Oh.
I can't. I could have had it in my hand, but I can look over here.
You could have put it right there. So.
Are you telling me how to do podcasts?
No, but if I was out there and I was the audience and I watch you and I see you just keep like this, right?
I'm looking at a screen. This could be just like a teleprompter.
Usually they have a teleprompter right there. So as you read, the audience could think you looking at them. And you could be like, oh, so my next topic is, you could have put it right there in front of you.
Yeah, I could have.
Yeah.
But where was I going to put it in front of me? Where was I going to put this in front of me? You see somewhere out there I can put this in front of me?
No, but you also could have said like had a sticky note like right there and set that up like that.
I could have.
So it could've been, yeah, because like if I was the audience and I just see you keep doing this, or I keep seeing, I'm like, what is he looking at?
Oh, so the audience supposed to assume that I'm in a room just with nothing?
No, so as an audience, they think you already know what you're talking about, so you get the topic straight in your head. But by you keep looking over, you kind of throws the audience off, and now they don't want to look at the podcast no more because you keep doing like this. And people that, it's sometimes it annoys them if somebody just keep looking over like, And did you notice that when you look at the news and stuff, they be like this, and they be looking right at you and they be talking?
So are we comparing the news to a podcast?
Well, I don't know the fact
a podcast is more less formal, right? You're more relaxed. You're in your element, and that's kind of a niche of a podcast. You look around. Sometimes you bring your dog or your turtle or your kids walk past. And
yeah, but if I was looking at a podcast and I see you just keep like that, I'm like, you know, it's together. Because you keep looking over there. Hey, you threw me off. You made me want to look over there like, what we all looking at?
I never said I had my podcast together, right? So until I get to I don't know what level podcast you think I should get at. Maybe you should start a podcast and show me how the whole thing works.
I mean, like,
give me the rundown.
If I had the podcast, I'd make it seem like, because I'm sitting back and I'm talking to, it's like you talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you keep doing like this, it's like you, like somebody trying to tell you what to say.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can have it right there up under the camera, you like, yeah, so then, no, let me tell you my next topic. This is my next topic.
Yeah. And
you can be looking like,
like
you looking at them.
How long did I prepare for this podcast? Do you remember from the time I walked in the door to how long?
I don't know. Was it about 15 minutes?
15 minutes. So, yeah.
So, in that 15 minutes, in the topics you had, you could have like put it somewhere where you don't have to like, oh, and other news, like you looking for somebody to tell you what to say. I don't think like.
I think it's pretty clear. I'm looking at something and I'm reading that. I wasn't trying to hide that.
Oh,
you thought I was trying to hide it?
Have
you watched my podcast?
Yeah.
I don't think you have.
I have, because I don't never see you be looking over, because that would get on my nerves. If I see somebody talking to me and they talking to me and they keep looking over like, I'm like, what's they keep looking at?
Well, fun fact, my podcasts are more designed for you to listen to.
Listen to.
So when you on the road, you listening to them, like how you got the Sirius XM. They not for you to just look at my face.
What's the Sirius XM? What was that?
You don't know what Sirius XM radio is?
Oh, the radio.
Yes. So they have podcasts on there, right?
Why were we just going to say radio?
And you listen to them. Oh, my Lord Jesus.
He could have just said radio. Why did he have to say Sirius XM? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what happened?
And they're talking, right?
Right.
Those are also podcasts. You're not looking at them. So when I make my podcast,
the people looking at us, so they go know we looked over there.
Well, they don't have to, but if they do and they see me look over here, it's not. I'm fine with that. I wasn't trying to hide that I'm looking at this big old screen and reading my headlines, my footnotes.
I thought somebody was coming if you kept looking like this. I thought somebody was coming over there trying to speed it up. Like, come on, get to the point.
Well, I get where you're coming from, but you're confusing a news broadcast
with a podcast,
with a casual in my room at my house podcast. So it's levels, but I get what you're saying.
Right, because that'll throw me off.
Yeah, but if you were listening to my podcast and you driving or you cooking, which is why what I intend my podcast for anyway, because they're kind of long.
They are.
Then
it doesn't seem like we
then you
off.
wouldn't. Well, we wasn't, but then you started talking about why I'm looking over here, giving me suggestions how to do a podcast in a podcast. You know,
because it kind of had threw me off because you kept looking over there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of messing me up, like what to talk about.
Messing you up? You looking over there too?
Because you're looking over there. Any person.
But if you don't want me to look over there, why are you looking over there?
If somebody keep looking over there, you like, what are they looking at?
And you know what I'm looking at? It's the screen right here.
I do, but I was hoping that you stop. Like you can't just like, yeah, let me stop.
So you would not wait till the end of the podcast and say, hey Ziggy, why was you looking over there? You talk about it in the podcast.
So, cause like if I was a person in the podcast, I'll be like, Dad, I wonder why. I wonder people. I'm like, Dad, I wonder why they was doing that. Dad, only if we knew. So
And you know
now
what?
we could tell them why you was looking over there.
That's what the comment section is for. Hey, why was you looking? Oh, because I was reading my footnotes on the screen over there.
But they didn't know
okay,
at the time. I would want to know at the time that it happened. I didn't even forget what I want to ask you because it was after you recorded. Like, why was you looking over there?
So, YouTube, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that generic yada yada.
Yes.
And until the next YouTube video,
Be easy.
be easy.